Damn. Oh, thank you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying just chilling and watching videos today. I'm just too tired to play something at the moment, but
of all time. Ever since the initial release of Super Mario Bros. In 1985, he's pretty much
Thank
been
you,
the icon
Antonon.
of video games.
We are very grateful for your contribution to the cause.
And
Yeah!
Nintendo knows this very well. They've made so many games about him, an entire
Mario!
goddamn section of a theme park, and of course a ton of merch.
me!
Since there's been so many products over the years, there's bound to be a treasure trove of cursed ones, and with the impending release of the long-awaited Mario movie, I thought now would be a great time to take a look at the most cursed Mario products I could find. As usual, let's split this into 3 main sections: toys/miscellaneous, technology, and food. First up, let's take a look at some food.
I got
In
one.
2017, Nintendo released Super Mario Cereal to promote Mario Odyssey. The cereal pieces themselves are shaped like stars, and there's also some marshmallows that either look like item boxes, red mushrooms, or one-up mushrooms. And sometimes they can be a little off. The box itself comes with an amiibo to scan that gives you some coins in-game. The back of the box also comes with a bunch of little games to play, such as trivia questions and a maze. Who is Mario's brother? Oh, because of the whole amiibo thing and the cereal just being limited time
Mario's
in
brother
general,
is
it became a
Bowser.
huge collector's
Okay.
item. So Mario fans around the world ravaged every store just to get their hands on one of these, causing them to be out of stock most of the time. You can even still find empty boxes on eBay, and some of them just left the cereal in the box this whole time, and they literally have to disclose how expired the cereal is. At some point there was a re-release with this packaging instead, but it's still not sold that often. After your Mario breakfast, it's time to make some Mario mac and cheese for lunch.
Oh,
the
yummy.
pasta pieces themselves were trying to achieve some really complicated shapes. We got freaking Bowser, Yoshi, a piranha plant, even Princess Peach. But the best part is easily the commercial they made for this. This is one of the most
that looks
chaotic
pristine.
commercials I
I
have
get
ever
it.
seen in my life. It's such a freaking fever dream, especially whatever the heck this is.
Oh god,
This
what
commercial
the
is a masterpiece, and the people who made it were pretty proud of it too, considering they did a whole ass VFX breakdown for it. But of course, another lunch option is the Mario SpaghettiOs. The shapes are actually really easy to identify, such as the mushroom, Koopa shell, bricks, Mario
Damn.
himself, fire flowers, and Goombas. Moving on to snack time, we also have the classic Mario 3Ds gummies. Sorry, I gotta say it, man. 3Ds nuts! These were just gummies of various Mario characters, as you can see here, but they're sadly no longer in production. Instead, you could get the more modern Mario fruit snacks, which look like this. But going back in time
This
again,
one.
there were Mario fruit snacks in the 90s that looked like this. The characters they
Whoa.
feature here are really oddly specific, like Ninja, Wart, Trouter, Mouser. I literally have never heard of any of these Mario characters, but the most classic Mario food item has
Oh,
got to
no.
be the Mario Popsicle. Similar to the other branded popsicles,
Why are
these
these
were mainly
always
sold
so
in ice cream
bad?
trucks. They started out all the way in 1988, and they were sadly discontinued in 2003. What's funny is at first the
Eating the
nose
mushroom
gumball
spaghetti
was
in
red,
between
but then they
kids'
changed it to green for some reason. This is most likely because
Eh?
they just ran out of red gumballs, but I guess they ran out of green too because they eventually just added mystery colored gumball onto the packaging,
Oh.
most likely as an excuse for how often they'd run out of the gumball colors. There's also a lot of Mario themed candies sold throughout the years, such as Bomb powder candy, the cursed jelly pops that have really funny looking faces, these mushroom
God.
tins with generic candies in them,
Oh, I've
the
seen
Game Boy
those. Those are
Advance container
cute.
with Mario gummies inside, and the GameCube container with even more
Wait, that
Mario
one's so
gummies.
good.
Of
What
course,
the
there were also some really cursed
GameCube
Mario
one
Pez
looks pog as
dispensers.
fuck.
Just look at this freaking dude. One that's
Oh.
really interesting to me is the Mario
Pez are
bubblegum
always
discs.
scary.
Basically, they just reused Mario GameCube game cases, but replaced the disc with bubblegum
Oh.
and gave it a custom cover art. I couldn't find any pictures of the discs themselves, so here's a picture of a similar product. The best part is that the cases are still fully functional. You can still store GameCube games in them. And finally, the
Wait,
tastiest Mario
that's
snack of them
great.
all, the Power-Up Vitamin Gummies. It's honestly a
Oh.
pretty creative idea to
I'ma
theme
down that
vitamin
whole
gummies
container.
after specifically the power-ups. Moving on to some Mario toys and miscellaneous items, there are a lot of these things. Over the years, there's been many Mario Happy Meal toys, and
What the
every
heck?
once in a while, they make some really obscurely weird gadgets.
Whoa.
There's even been a whole new batch of them recently for the Mario movie. In 2004, they made this little Mario Kart gizmo. As you can see here, there's some knobs for you to turn so you can pretend you're Mario Karting, I guess. This other Mario Kart doodad is really freaking cool.
I'm upset because other countries got that shit for the Mario movie toys. Do you know what Australia got? You know what we fucking got? We got these. We got these. We got these paper cardboard cursed ass things What the fuck are these? Why did we get these? What? Look at her face! I'm upset.
So I got one myself to test out. Since it's themed after specifically Mario Kart 64,
I'm a little
they
salty
made the
about it
shape
still, okay?
resemble
I
a
bought the
Nintendo
Happy Meal.
64 controller, which is pretty cool. The
'Cause I
joystick
wanted a
tilts
toy,
around this
but I
little
didn't know
track
the
for a
sauce.
marble to go through, but it kinda sucks, not gonna lie. It always gets stuck, and the marble moves way too fast. Overall, I give this thingamajig 6 gizmos out of 10. This next doohickey is actually from Wendy's, and was released in 2002. Opening it up, we have a little paper instruction manual, and somehow after over 20 years, the one I got off eBay is in pristine condition. Just look at this thing, it's so aesthetically pleasing. It's supposed to look like a case for Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance. And on the front we have this knob to turn. As you turn it, some magnets inside make the little carts drive around the track, which is really cool. It's honestly kind of mesmerizing to play with. Not gonna lie, I gave this contraption 10 gizmos out of 10. This thing is amazing. Next we got the Mario Ball Happy Meal toy from 2006. And as you can see, it's just Mario compressed into a ball. Bro is so scrunkly. I love Mario Ball. It's most likely a reference to the Game Boy Advance game called Mario Pinball Land that released 2 years prior in 2004. The game itself is also pretty cursed. This is just an eternal torture chamber for Mario to endure. Speaking of Mario Balls, in 2017 when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out, many Target stores turned their signature red balls at the front into giant Mario and Luigi balls. And finally, in 1989, there was this really weird looking Luigi toy. I don't know why, but bro just looks so sus for some reason. Look at him. There's also some more cursed Mario toys that weren't from Happy Meals, like the Mario Soda Slidey Puzzle. This has got to be the most randomly generated item I've ever seen. Who the frick even came up with combining Mario, a soda can, and a slidey puzzle? It's specifically themed after Super Mario World and was released in 1993, and it also comes in purple too. This thing is incredibly rare and obscure. There's not a single place on the internet to even buy one. Going even further back to 1986, we have the Mario Fama Box. This was a line of toys in Japan where they turned Famicom game cartridges into this weird Transformer-like action figure. The Mario one is terrifyingly cursed. Just look at his freaking face. Why does he look like that? The artwork on the box is actually pretty cute, so how did the actual product end up this horrifying? Recently, there's been a lot of Mario Lego sets, and the sets themselves are actually pretty cool. The cursed part is Mario himself. For some reason, they made it so his eyes, mouth, and chest are little screens that can display different images. What the devils is bro up to? This feature is pretty cool at first, until you see how it looks like when the screens turn off. I can no longer Yahoo, as I am a lifeless shell of what I once was. It's a me, Mario. More like, it's a me, the inevitable fate of death and the infinite pain of nothingness. But it gets even worse, because once you take off the outer shell and reveal the inner workings, it literally looks like the endoskeleton from FNAF. What the frick? There's also been a line of Mario Kart Hot Wheels recently. This collaboration started in 2019 and has been ongoing ever since.
These
a very large amount of characters and cards from the games have a Hot Wheel, and sometimes with a glider attached as well. Even some of the really obscure characters are featured too, like Pink Gold Peach, Dry Bones Bowser, Baby Mario, Toadette, King Boo, every freaking Yoshi color, and more. They even made a Mario one that's advertised to be the movie version of Mario, even though it basically looks the same. No way, Chris Pratt Hot Wheel! Speaking of the Mario movie, they recently made a Hot Wheel of the Mario Plumber van too, which is pretty cool. Along with the carts themselves, they also made a bunch of crazy Mario Kart themed Hot Wheel track playsets, some of which are really cool. There's also an item box series where you get a random item or hazard slapped on some wheels, and the boxes have a low chance of giving you a trophy figure instead. I bought a Tanuki Mario and Cat Peach Hot Wheel because they're the scrungliest Mario Kart characters, and the quality is pretty great. The models don't look cursed at all, so they technically don't belong in this video, but frick you, they're cool. I also bought 2 item boxes to open on camera. We can either get a red shell, Boo, Bullet Bill, Cow, Bob-omb, Monty Mole, or a Mushroom Cup trophy. I'm hoping for the cow because, well, I don't know, I just like cows, I guess. Well, time to take part in Mario's favorite activity, gambling.
Cow.
Got a freaking booty.
Oh, that's cute though.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I wanted the cow, but this one's kind of cool too. Look at him. Play. You can't play. Play. You go sit down over there. Well, 99.9% of gamblers quit right before they win big, so let's get the freaking cow. Please give me the cow, please.
Please.
What? What?
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Another
Boo again.
boo? Bro, what the frick?
Boo,
Bleh,
boo,
you can't make us bleh. I can't believe I got 2 of the same thing. Are you freaking kidding me? This is a scam. I hate gambling. On top of all the Mario Kart Hot Wheels, they also made a bunch of Mario character cars as well, which is a thing they like to do where they just turn a character into a car, and it either ends up looking really cursed or really cool. Mario and Luigi look pretty good. Donkey Kong is a big truck, which is cool. Yoshi is a slightly cursed pickup truck that's holding some eggs, which makes sense for his character. The Peach and Daisy car designs go so hard. These things are freaking sick. They also made a Bullet Bill car that looks really funny. And finally, the Toad car, which is easily the worst. What the hell is this? There's also many Mario board games, such as Mario Chess, which is actually really creatively done. Each piece is a full-on figure of the character, and they made it so it's Mario's side versus Bowser's side. All the pawns on Mario's side are coins, and all the pawns on Bowser's side are Koopa shells. This also confirms that Luigi is the queen of the Mario series, because he was assigned as the queen piece instead of literally Princess Peach. Mario Monopoly Jr. is just Monopoly Jr. but Mario themed. Mario Yahtzee is just Yahtzee, but they slapped a bunch of PNGs on the dice and made a custom container. They also made a Donkey Kong themed Yahtzee too. Now Mario Jenga is actually a completely different game than normal Jenga. Not only does it come with themed Jenga blocks, but there's a whole ass new rule set with coins, cards, a spinner, Bowser being at the top for some reason, and you have a character to put on the tower itself, I guess. I don't know how this freaking game works. Once again, there's a Donkey Kong version too, which I actually like a lot more because it uses a really nice retro aesthetic. And for some reason during my research, it came up that on Big Bang Theory Season 5, Episode 12, they apparently played Donkey Kong Jenga. I have no clue why Google even told me this, but there you go. There's also been some really cursed official Mario plushies. This one from 1988 is just an overall mess. They made the entire thing fluffy, including his skin, which is just so wrong. Also, his hat is really small for some reason. The same company made this one too, which is also pretty weird looking. Hell no, they did this to Luigi too. What the frick? This Mario plush doll from 1989 is also really cursed. There's just something about his stance and facial expression that's so intimidating. This recent Metal Mario plush from 2020 isn't really a bad plushie. Like, it does look like Metal Mario. I just feel like trying to represent a metallic material out of plushie fabric feels so wrong. The soulless eyes don't really help either. The Donkey Kong plushie from 2011 is freaking terrifying with how the eyes are bulging out of their sockets. This set of plushies are really funny looking. Hell nah, untextured Mario! These just look so unsettling to me. Specifically, the Princess Peach one gives me the heebie-jeebies. They're called Color Me Mario, and I guess you're supposed to manually color them in with crayons or something? Like, wouldn't that just wear off and get crayon dust all over your house? And finally, I thought this thing was a plushie at first, but apparently it's a bath sponge. He looks like such a little goober. Look at him go! Next up, we got a bunch of Mario slippers. The Piranha Plant slippers are probably the least cursed of them all because they actually look really nice. The best part is that it comes with a warp pipe holder, and when you put them both in, it looks like a full Piranha Plant, which is insanely creative. There's also some mushroom slippers that are pretty cute. But now we get into the weirder ones, starting out with these Mario and Luigi slippers. It's just so creepy how they stare back up at you as you wear them. These Mario ones give him a big bushy mustache, which looks really weird. Then there's these Luigi thingamabobs that are very goofy. And finally, these ones have got to be the worst. The way their heads stick out is so creepy. Why did they make these? There's also a lot of Mario-themed mugs out there that look pretty cool. Weirdly shaped mugs are something I really love looking at because the more creative they get with the design, the worse it is to actually use, which is really funny. Exhibit A, cube-shaped mugs with a circular hole on top. While these question mark mugs look pretty cool, the shape would make it very unusual to drink out of. There's even more cube-shaped Mario mugs, like the Mario NES cartridge mug, which is actually a very cool design, and the POW block mug. Another design mistake is making it curve up way too much at the top, like the red Koopa shell mug. The red mushroom and Boo mug do this too. I have no clue what this one is though. This design is just so weird. The Yoshi egg mug is a pretty good one. Wait a second. What's that little label on the bottom? Warning, this product can expose you to lead, which is known to cause cancer. No way, this is truly a life-changing mug in 2 different ways. 1, you get a cool Yoshi mug. 2, the final mug is the classic Mario warp pipe mug. This is definitely the best design because not only does it look really cool, it's actually designed like mugs are supposed to be designed. Good job! Cookie jars are another random kitchen item, and of course there's a set of Mario themed ones. These were released in 1993 and are very funny looking, especially the Toad. Why does he look like that? It's so funny that Toad is always done so dirty. Why do they gotta disrespect bro like this? The Peach one has a very creepy face, and the Mario one is is kinda unsettling. Especially the mushroom he's holding looks a little too sentient to
happy.
me. Most people forget that Mario is actually supposed to be a plumber, and one of the only official plumbing related products I can find is the Mario and Luigi shower head. It's so funny how there's just a tiny Luigi holding up a tiny Mario holding up the shower head. Also, their faces are just so goofy looking. To complete your Mario themed shower, you obviously need a Mario shampoo bottle too. And once again, he looks like an absolute goofy goober. And for baths, we can use the Mario # bath bomb. And to top it all off, an officially licensed Mario underwater level shower curtain. And now, for the final miscellaneous item, we must enter the dangerous lands of Australia, where the elusive koala Mario hides in the shadows. Every Australian knows that as you wander the outback, if you hear the words
Drop bear
or in the distance, your fate has already been sealed. Jokes aside, this cursed Mario Koala is actually a lot more wholesome than you may think. It was originally placed in front of a Time Zone arcade in Surfer's Paradise Gold Coast, which coincidentally is the exact same arcade I visited last year. But I sadly didn't stand face to face with the thing, as it was recently moved to another arcade in Coolangatta. The statue itself is part of a series of a ton of different koala statues all over the city, including this funny Sailor Moon one, as a fundraiser for the Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary. They're part petting zoo and part animal hospital with an end goal of wildlife conservation. I've been to their zoo before too, and it's pretty cool.
Hey yo, we in the jungle?
But now with all that out of the way, it's time for the final section, technology. Throughout the 90s, there were quite a few Mario phones that were released. The first one being the Mario Warp Pipe phone. Well, its actual name is just Super Mario Bros. Telephone, and it comes in a few different colors, either green, blue, or red. The Mario on top looks a little funky, but overall not too bad. And a really cute detail is that all the buttons are stars. Next up, the Super Mario 64 voice-activated phone. The Mario looks so funny on this one. Bro's really giving us the side eye. It apparently has voice activation features, and the Mario actually talks back at you, as you can see in this video.
Hey, who do you want to call?
Burger King.
Okie dokie, calling Burger King. You got it,
This thing is overall so odd to me. The way the figure slightly moves, the way he talks to you with the blank side-eye stare. It's just so cursed. And finally, we also have the Mario Kart 64 phone. This time there's no more voice activation features, but the design is definitely a lot cooler. The whole thing looks really good, and the phone itself is incorporated really well into the design. There's also some cursed Mario alarm clocks, like this one from 1992, with a very terrifying looking Mario. But the most cursed part about the alarm clock is the alarm itself. Now close your eyes and imagine you're sleeping, and you suddenly jolt awake to this.
Wake up, it's time to leave Dreamland. Wake up, it's time to leave Dreamland.
First off, that doesn't even sound like Mario at all. And secondly, I couldn't really tell what he was saying at first, but apparently he's saying, wake up, it's time to leave Dreamland. I don't know about you, but that just doesn't really sound like a Mario thing to say. It's even creepier with how he just says it over and over again. There's also a few other funny looking alarm clocks, and the next most interesting one is this Mario Kart alarm clock. For some reason, they made it so Mario is just looking straight up while driving, as if he's freaking asleep. Bro's really snooze cruising for real. In my Cursed Computer Mouses video, I mentioned a few Mario mouses, so I'll bring these up again here too. There's these tiny Koopa Shell mouses that look way too small to be comfortable, and then the pixel art set that was only released in Japan and look even worse to use. How do they even expect people to hold these things? These are genuinely the least mouse-shaped mouses I've ever seen. We also can't forget the 1-Up Mushroom Waffle Maker, which also makes some pretty nice looking waffles. This would be great to pair up with a bowl of Mario cereal for a nice and complete Mario breakfast. And that's all the weird and obscure Mario stuff I can find. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below your favorite Mario product, and also your favorite Mario game too while you're at it. Hopefully the Mario movie ends up being an absolute banger, and that's about it. Okay, bye!
Bye bye! Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.